Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now we're taking a look, of course, at OGN, which is Origin Protocol, and this is a request from one of my community members, and I think it looks pretty decent. I took a quick peek at it, and honestly, I think we're in shape for a pretty awesome return. So let's take a look at that, of course. But just to preface, I've been in the industry for a long time. I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but I've been trading for over 15 years. And my goal is to help make you more of an effective trader, kind of just help you with that. Because I really just, at the end of the day, enjoy teaching other people how to become more financially stable, right? And cryptocurrency is one of the best ways to do that. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So first of all, with Bitcoin, we always look at that first because any good trader knows what Bitcoin's doing before you invest in any altcoins. By the way, that's what I do. That's a foundation for my trading community. We all learn and understand that, and it's a really good foundation. So just bear that in mind. Okay, enough about that. Looking at Bitcoin in the one-day chart, we can see here this little support channel has been awesome, right? Between 53,800 and 56,000. Anytime the price kind of goes within that channel, it always comes back out, right? So hypothetically, the price were to break back down into that, buy at 53,800, it'll come right back to the upside. Anyways, really good support there. Furthermore, we also have a resistance here at 57,500. It keeps testing, but it hasn't essentially broken yet, right? There's been 3 days in a row it's trying to break. It does look like it may break here today, but we got an hour left of this trading cycle. So if that candlestick closes above 57,500, then we should be able to utilize that as considered a support moving forward. And therefore the price may continue to increase from there. Generally what you'd try to look for. But I wouldn't be upset with the price were to come back down and bounce off 56,000 one last time so we can take an extra little layer of profit. We've been taking a lot of profit here in the last couple days, and it's been awesome. So regardless, that's kind of where we're at for Bitcoin. Looking at Origin Protocol. This is essentially what the big picture looks like. Now, first of all, if we rewind a little bit, we can see back in April, it was doing awesome, right? So it came up really, really high around April. That was the highest point was on April 10th, it looks like. And at that time frame, let me just go ahead and mark this as well here. We could see that OGN was doing fantastic, but it faced a little bit of retracement afterwards, which makes sense considering how high it went, right? But the problem here is you see April 17th, this major candle right there, push the price down even further. It couldn't recover like most coins do because it jumped up way too high too fast leading into that. And of course we see, Elon candle followed by the China candle. And it's been kind of stuck on stupid ever since, right? Just kind of stuck somewhere between 52 and 82 cents. Now it's starting to it tried to make higher highs right here, which it was doing, but then it kept making, lower highs and lower lows. Now, bear in mind, this is a one-day chart, lower highs and lower lows. We want to see those on shorter time frames, of course, but in the big picture, when you look at that, that was pushed down, of course, from Bitcoin. Because you look at this here, I mean, you can see it on every single candlestick, or every single chart, rather. We have this pretty big September 7th, which was El Salvador, right? That whole debacle where everything just went to hell in that one day as far as all the coins went. I think we all lost about 40% of our portfolios for all coins in that day, and what, 15 to 20 for Bitcoin. I know I lost that was my only loss that month based on that one day. Regardless, that being said, if we look back here, of course, the price came back up and it's holding on this ascending support level, right? So good news is we're looking good there. Let's go and take a look at the moving averages. We are underneath both 50 and the 200, which isn't terrible, but it's not great. Same thing with the 50 on the RSI, right? The price is below 50 on the RSI, therefore it's considered a resistance. And in a sense, it's still kind of stuck in this bearish divergence section. We've got a potential divergence, but also likely looks like it's trying to turn around as well. So that doesn't necessarily imply anything when you see the line kind of go straight from there. It kind of just calls it a break even, for lack of better terms. But what's cool about this is instead of the bulls losing control, they're still in control, for lack of better terms, and we could see a turnaround. Oftentimes when you see this, it continues on. Obviously, you can see that here as well, where the bears, we almost had a MACD convergence where the price swung upwards. Instead, price continued down. Now, granted, that was a Bitcoin sell-off that day, but generally speaking, that's the concept that we're looking for. So again, not terrible news. I think that there's still definitely potential here for OGN. I like that the RSI is up over 50 now on the 4-hour chart. That's a very important indicator. We've also got a recent MACD right around 1 a.m. yesterday. So let's take a look at that here on the 1-hour chart and kind of see what that looks like. But let's go ahead and mark that here so we know. Okay, so that's roughly where it's at. Bear in mind also we're underneath both moving averages here. So technically speaking, those are working as resistance levels. You can see the 200 is working as a pretty strong resistance. So that could continue to push the price down and out a little bit further. But bear in mind that the way the OGN is moving, it's kind of working itself into this little wedge above support and below the resistance of the moving averages. That's a good sign based on the simple fact that it's likely going to be breaking to the upside. Commonly, when you see a strong support that we have here so far, kind of getting rejected by resistance levels, especially the 200, it's likely to break in the near future. At least what I've seen in the history of all my trading, that's a commonality, especially with the fact that it was doing very well prior to these two sell-offs. I think it's ready to ramp up. It just got that, it definitely has that look to it. All right, so we marked the MACD. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour chart and just see where we're at in the cloud here. Now, good news is we're back above the cloud. I like this a lot. And what's likely to happen, we should see a continuation here where the cloud could work as a support level moving forward and push the price up. We usually see that in nice little bull runs. Now, not to say this is a bull run by any means, but it could be a continuation, a slow increase to get eventually to its highest point. So I like that. But the bottom line here, price is above the cloud, and you can see in the 4 hour chart we had that MACD convergence yesterday that kind of indicated a shift in momentum. Therefore, we have this push, and it drove all the way through the cloud. So no less than 8 hours after the 4 hour chart, the MACD convergence gave us an indication of a buy signal. We also have a buy signal from the cloud. Okay, those are two good things. I refer to that as a double rainbow. I like when I see that. Okay, so again, even though the 1 day chart isn't fantastic, I prefer to take metrics from the 4 hour chart and the 1 hour as far as buy signals are concerned, more so than the 1 day chart. Yes, it's good to look at the macro, but on the same accord, 1 to 4 hour charts I can tell you are very, very effective in this sense. So I do see this as kind of be like the calm before the storm. So this is really good. Now we took a look at daily sequential. Not much to really extract here except that we might be at a 9. Yes, we are. This is good. This could mean that we are going to see a turnaround here. In other words, the price has been retracing for a straight 9 hours. This is the 9th hour, so to speak. And we should be able to see a return or, if nothing else, at the very least, just some sideways action further before the next leg up. So this is really good here. Basically, this reaffirms that calm before the storm because we saw a little retracement. The price comes down. Now the bears have effectively lost control, and we could, in fact, see a return back to the upside. And what's also good about this is I'm seeing higher highs and higher lows. And this is a good sign too. So we got higher high, and of course, higher lows. And we had a little bit of a reset there, but there were still higher highs, so that doesn't matter. So at this point, hopefully, we'll go ahead and see this, and then higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, that's kind of the general concept there. Okay, so generally speaking, I like what I see here. I really do. Believe it or not, I think this one's kind of getting ready to take off, and this might be a very good signal to send out to my community. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, I always send out swing trade, hodl trades, and day trades to my community members for every trade that I take. So if I'm planning to take this trade, I like to make sure that it fits my requirements. And I have about an 85% success rate with day trading and very close to the same percent for my swing trades. So in this sense, I'm going to probably consider sending this out as a signal, just based on the fact that I do kind of like the way that it's shaping up here, and we could very well see a continuation to the upside. I think it's getting ready. So if you found benefit, great. Feel free to like and subscribe and join my Patreon community. Get to know you a bit better. Looking forward to that as well. Obviously, thank you so much for watching the video this far as well. That's uncommon nowadays. Most people just fast forward to the end. Perhaps you did that. Oh, you know what? Speaking of fast forwarding, let's go ahead and get to the prediction. I tried to fool you there. Let's go ahead and jump in here really quick because again, my short-term prediction is the price is going to spike. Right? I think we're going to see an increase here. However, we need to understand the big picture here. So let's just draw some quick resistance levels to make sure we know what we're working with here. And we can see a pretty obvious resistance at about 94 cents. There's a secondary resistance as well, obviously right here at about $1.37. So if we're to kind of take that in consideration based on where it's been before, because keep this in mind, when it was up here at about on April 8th, Bitcoin was hovering about 64,000. Bitcoin's at 57,000 today, roughly, right? And the price is how much lower? 71% lower, right? So having understood that, most coins in this position are much closer to their recent high, their previous high. This coin is significantly further away. Now that tells us that there's strong potential for it to come back to that point, right? Because the most recent high, if you kind of just take an average, you know, it's a lot of the issue that we're running into here is the market capitalization, right? Bitcoin has a lot of market cap right now. It's absorbing most of the incoming money because the price is going up. That's what people are trying to invest in. And then the problem that we're running into is just simply put, smaller market cap coins like this are getting overlooked because the point that the money's flowing into large market cap coins. But once that starts, that happens, that exhaustion, so to speak, where people have invested too much into those, it starts trickling into these lower to medium size market capitalization coins. OGN is prime perfect for this. So I feel like in the big picture, we're going to see this year, we will see the all-time high get tested. I think that's safe to say. In the next month or two, I would say more so likely in the next month, we will see $1.38 get tested and broken. I think that's a very strong likelihood. So again, that's not a 2x per se within a month, but I would say generally speaking, you're looking at about a 65% increase within the next 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. So again, if you find benefit, feel free to subscribe. Obviously, have a great rest of your day. Really do appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing the next video. Take care now. Have a good one. Bye-bye.